Scott Sammons.
And this is Chris Mao.
So, I mean, what?
I think I'm recording actually. So I think I'm recording actually. Yeah. Scary.
Yeah. Getting a missile.
Yeah. There's big stories this week, like in the last 2 days. It's like ridiculous. What about the Game of Thrones guys getting bounced off of Star Trek or Star Wars? I think that's gigantic. That, I mean,
this is the only real Game of Thrones. Right up here. You see him?
No, it's not.
That's the only real. Okay. Maybe that.
Comic books are, that's after the show came out, not even that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but after they started it, they did it in conjunction with the show.
And there's
so they're licensed from the book and not the series.
what
Yeah.
different from
Okay.
if you
Ooh. I've heard it. Okay.
all right.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
so there, I saw a story saying how somebody said that these guys had no idea what they were doing, and I'm like, why are they saying something like that? And then, boom, 6 hours later, I hear that they got dropped from the series. Well, you know, and then the rumor is, did they quit? Did they get fired? Probably got fired because, you know.
Yeah, I mean, they were probably given the opportunity to, you know, honorably quit.
Sure.
That brush how once they got away from, they had a little
Well, I understand why they had trouble.
soft. Didn't
Yeah, you know what the only thing I saw is they wanted to explore the origins of the Jedi, which has been touched on in some comics, and you know, if they got the rights to just adapt those comics to a nice trilogy, I mean, that could have been a passable.
They're not doing that because they're I mean, everybody's kind of getting a free reign, and J.J. Abrams kind of exploded the extended universe. You know, what are they calling it? Classic? I mean, whatever they're calling it. It's just
Legends.
Yeah. So I mean, it's, you know, they pretty much would have had free reign to do what they want as long as it dovetailed into what is happening, and you know, they obviously pulled the plug. And I think they're getting nervous because Solo didn't do as well as they thought. They're doing a lot with Disney Plus and hoping that pays off in some way. Yeah,
it looks good.
It's not going to make him any money. The Mandalorian could be the greatest thing ever, but what money is it going to make him? It's on Disney Plus. They're not going to make $1 billion. I mean, they're going to make money, but this isn't blockbuster franchise money.
It's all
what do you have to
water.
Right.
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 Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The oh, I lost my train of thought there. Yeah.
Listen, you youngsters.
Have
Right. Yeah. So is that somebody else? Oh, okay, that's weird. Yeah.
Ryan Johnson, yeah.
And then you do Kenobi is confirmed.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah. He's
that is
confirmed for
confirmed
next
as a
year.
series.
For
That is confirmed
2020.
as a series. Disney Plus series.
Disney Plus.
That's
Right.
different stuff. They've got
Yeah, but we're going to do it. I doubt they're going to do all of these because I'm sure these are ideas that people floated that they wanted to see. Maybe they will, but I mean, you know, they're spending a lot of money on the streaming service, and I don't think it's going to be the same kind of money as a movie, as 3 movies. I mean, that's billions of dollars. I don't think they can do that from Disney Plus.
like
No, they do, but I mean, HBO isn't into making movies. I mean, they do make movies, but their forte is not making movies. I mean, obviously Disney can parlay that into toys and to the extended universe. I mean, there's a lot of money in that, but they don't look at it. I mean, DC, what do they have to worry about merchandising? I mean, you know, they complain when their movie only makes a couple $100 million, and you know, instead of a billion or whatever, you know, the math is on that, and they still break it in on toys just like everybody else does. They treat that separately, I think. The studio does.
no, like
Oh, sure. Right.
you know,
And they make another billion on toys. I know. I understand.
and that's why this
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah. Everything. Whatever it is.
Toys,
everything. Water
yeah,
bottles.
toys don't
say
move as well
Mandalorian.
anymore because, like, I go through the toy section at Target often, and there's figures sitting on there from a couple of years ago.
But Disney still gets paid.
Other stuff, you know, people are buying T-shirts and you know,
Sure.
clothing like that. That's where the merchandising is moved to.
But Disney gets paid for that regardless of whether it sells or not. Disney gets paid by piece that the people make. So they've already made their money. So if there's a $100 doll, it's not Disney selling it to you. It's Hot Toys or whoever is putting it out there, and they give Disney a chunk of money. So Disney's getting paid, and obviously they get paid if there's more being sold. But Disney makes their money. You know, they oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I understand that, but it's just
build their brand. That's all. I think they will do these things. The fact they're going to go into March Marvel shows, they took.
sure.
It would not tell the actors now to pay for the big actors in it. It needs needs to establish the fact that it is, but they can Marvel stories to create new they're not going to do that. You know, those kind of things that are show.
Sure, we'll look at
which they probably will, is X-Men at some point. There's those people, but they've got good people like Charlie Cox, big screen.
No. Well, he made
make that
well, I
happen.
understand they're trying to build that, but when are we going to reach critical mass? Because I think, you know, Disney Plus. I'm sorry.
Is somebody
my furnace just kicked on. I'll turn it. I'll get it.
loud?
How about that? Because I have a laptop cooling fan on.
Is that better, Rob? Yeah, no, it's open. It's, you know, it's only 35 degrees, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's only snowing on Halloween, so. No.
Around the no. You're getting to look a lot like Halloween. That they're going to do all saturation point. I don't think opportunity now to extend that. I think that Wayne. Look what's happening with Wild. Now, I don't know. Did you?
Yeah.
Amazing. Loved it. Whole thing where Rorschach's a white supremacist. I'm like,
right. Yeah, the original text is I mean, it doesn't hit that kind of thing, but it's, you know, it's very anti-Reagan and anti-Thatcher and right, yeah.
I don't know where it's going. I would not be surprised if he's.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he just is one, because, you know, think back, you know, his original portrayal, he's a good guy, but he's not a great guy. Yeah, you know, he's you know, breaking and entering into, you know, the Owl Man and Night Owl and right.
Night Owl is a good guy. Rorschach is that's they dig with the character. Can't say that.
No. Not at all.
I don't know.
It looks great.
I was like,
Scotty's on mute. He muted himself. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know much about. I don't know much about Watchmen. So I'm not a, you know, I never know anything about it except I watched the movie and I liked it. I thought it was grittier and thought it was good. So I'm looking forward to see the series. But you know how much time I have, so I barely watched. I barely watched Disturbed, the last 2 episodes of Disturbed today. American Horror Story for later on. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So do we want to talk about me catching up on a movie?
Oh yeah, big news.
The Nightmare Before Christmas. Tracy, I guess, had seen it way back when, and I didn't realize it, but I just watched it for the first time. It's good. It's not great. The model work is just beautiful. I love stop motion. So it's an incredible model work and, you know, character design and character writing too. But the story's a little thin, and I mean, it could use some more fleshing out of motivation. But no. I mean, it's kept hot topic in business for what, 2 decades.
Yeah.
I love the character.
Yeah.
Love.
That runs along Tim Burton kind of movies where he over the tops the music to whichever way he wants it to go, and he kind of does. I mean, that's him.
No, I have the DVD. Really?
Yeah, I would say that, but I mean, when you do it, especially with the theme, I think it's and isn't Nightmare for one of the first ones he did?
It's a
It
very
is.
good
I mean, and then it shows how much he's grown. I think it's a really good effort. It's really, really good. Is it the greatest ever? No, but it's really, really good. So
Molly wanted we ended up.
I know. Yeah, they just go nuts for it. But you know, I think I have the DVD up there. I'll have to get to that.
Team America.
Yeah.
America.
Yeah. See, you know, we talk about how fantastic Team America is. Team America is a big pile of garbage, but it's great just because of what it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
It's wonderful because of just how bad it is. It's,
Yeah. I mean,
you know, going in,
the
it's gonna be the biggest pile and best pile of garbage ever, and it's great. So. Come on, it's low hanging fruit.
It really is.
It's I mean, but it is. It's great because it's bad. It's kind of like this year of American Horror Story. Kathleen hates it. I think it's fantastic just because it's so bad. It is so bad. It's great. It's like Big Trouble in Cricket. Long live Cricket, Courtney, whatever you want to call it.
Awesome. Oh my gosh. They're all.
That's still.
No, now that's.
Yeah,
Box Trolls. Time.
Isn't Box Trolls the same guy that did the?
Did you see Kubo and the Two Strings?
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
What? You saw Kubo and you just now saw Nightmare Before Christmas?
I kind of go in and out and there and there and everywhere and yeah.
You know, I'm not judging like well.
What
did you just see that actually pretty recent? A week or two ago, you announced it.
No,
Captain Marvel.
God, it was Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, we went out of order and saw Captain. Teresa wanted to watch it.
You see that one though?
Yeah,
because I mean, I like it. I'd watch it again. Actually, seen one of these yet.
We just watched it.
I'm gonna watch
Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3. I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah.
You know what? But in my
God, it's cringy. It's cringy. Yeah, of course they are.
The action is.
Well, the first one was a better movie story wise. The second one is just it's horrendous.
Like Cage one that is
every day.
like
sometimes.
I'm sure I have. I can't recall it.
Escapes hell and you gotta kill the and
is that like one of those Romanian films he made?
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Quote unquote tax debt.
5-star if you like Grindhouse.
What was that Michael Douglas one where he goes off? You remember that one?
Yeah.
Not Bad Day.
Falling Down.
Falling Down. It's like Falling Down meets
Falling
Fast and
Down,
Furious
yeah.
and Big Trouble in Little China. Is that what this is like?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I've seen part of it.
Crispy love.
No, dude,
Got
the first one's pretty good. The third one's pretty good. First one's pretty good. It is.
I watched
Yeah.
probably like
Well, you know.
so,
He's Vin Diesel. He's got. I mean, he uses angsty. So what do you want?
Yeah.
and then
Oh, Tokyo one's bad. Right, it's bad.
Oh, geez. No, I've seen bits and pieces of a couple, but they don't.
What's the guy's name? Lucas what or something? Lucas, the guy who was in Tokyo Drift. He was in Friday Night Lights. He's.
I don't know.
I like him personally. He ended up being in NCIS. I like him as an actor. I think he does a decent job. But Tokyo Drift is it's awful.
Yeah.
It's just the whole. I mean, it's just yeah.
Well, can we do a upcoming movie?
What?
Just a little snippet here, and since this
Job 2, is that the one? Is that the one?
And since this is since this is a podcast, I don't know if we can really show the picture, but so a while back, the Sonic live action movie, they released the images, and the Sonic design looked horrific, and
Sonic.
and
that
Jim Carrey as Robotnik, I kind of liked that. He pulled that off, but the look of Sonic was just horrifying. And people are now seeing, I guess, standees in the theaters with the redesign, and it's amazing the difference because he's shorter. Yeah, and this one looks like. It looks like, okay, we have to translate a video game character into a movie thing. Let's keep it as close as possible. And they did. So it looks good. Like,
because I would have loved to see Sonic thing.
Oh my God.
Would it be on the stack of shame?
Glory.
No, but yeah, it looks a lot better, and a lot of people agree that it actually looks like Sonic, and it.
What are they going to do for a live action movie with that? What can they do?
Yeah,
outrun stuff.
I mean, we already have that.
Yeah, right.
He'll run around and
he'll get coins. Yeah, but he's furry and blue. Joke in it. It's there's no.
We'll see. I might.
Scott,
I saw Detective Pikachu in the theater, so it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, they really got the idea of humans and Pokemon living together, and
I thought the was like.
Yeah,
so I'll watch it.
Pikachu, yeah, he was hilarious, and it's a great story, and
No, Ryan Reynolds is the voice in Pikachu.
Right. Ryan Gosling was in Blade Runner.
Ryan Reynolds is the voice.
Yeah.
No, Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool. Yeah.
He's in every movie. He's like Michael Caine in every movie. Dude. Ryan Gosling, he can, but he's not that. It's Ryan Reynolds. You're not even close.
Painfully wrong.
Oh, sweet.
Oh my
It was
God.
right.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, it was a lot of fun, you know.
Yeah, she's on the voice, but she's pretty good, actually. Yeah, she is. Very talented. He's in wrong nation, but he's.
I really much more interesting to me.
Yeah, dude, he's fantastic.
More driving.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you do. It is, but it's not it wasn't the best film of the year, but not even close. And it's good. I enjoy it, but come on.
Drive angry.
Yes.
Blood. Running.
No,
Blood.
No. Sounds good.
what? No, what's it about?
Shorts. Has
Okay.
marker.
I can't read horror. I've read horror that sticks with me today, and it's my gag reflex. Just talking, thinking about it. Yeah.
Are these Hellraiser type book stories?
Nothing how
Ooh, that'd be sweet.
Midnight Meat Train. Yeah, that scared a lot of people.
Great.
Wow.
Show. As open, you know, for now we can do.
Yeah.
Please. Gave the books to know are amazing.
Oh.
It says it's supposed to be 3 stories. It says it's supposed to be 3 stories of the movie. You know, the movie's about 3 different phases, but it looks, you know, kind of like Frank Miller's. What's the one with the black one? Sin City, kind of something like that. All tied together, but be different. So, sorry, I couldn't think of it. I'm, you know, 53, almost 54, and I'm going crazy. So, sorry, Scott, what'd you have?
The BBC is teasing something new for Doctor Who. There is a rumor, you know, we talked about a week or two ago about them doing filming with the Daleks on some bridge. Yeah, I've seen some of those, and there's heavy rumors that we will actually get a holiday episode this year, like not on Christmas, but like between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah.
Right. Watch the BBC Twitter and everything put out. Watch this space with a silhouette of Jodie. You know, and
the Whovians have been nuts on that. Like insane. Yeah. They've been insane on it for a while. They've been talking about a holiday series. They talked about it like 6 months ago, and then nobody said anything. And now this stirred up, and they're like, "Oh my gosh!" So,
yeah,
you know, which is good.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, and it, you know, with the Daleks, and then that other picture we saw in May of 13 facing off against a Judoon.
Yeah,
you know, it looks like they're kind of getting back to
right. And in addition to that, HBO Max has signed a 3-season deal with the BBC to show HBO or to show Doctor Who on HBO Max, their new streaming service. So there will be 2 more seasons. So I mean, the speculation is that maybe they might bring somebody else in, but usually a Doctor lasts 3 or 4 seasons. So
Right.
I mean, hopefully Jodie will stick around depending on how this one goes. I liked her in series 12 or season 12. I thought she did a really good job. So I think she deserves at least another year or two to give it a shot, but we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, like I've said, like I've mentioned, she is great as a doctor, but she was just underserved by thin writing. It wasn't until like the end of the season that it really started to get its legs under it.
I thought they were really good episodes. I mean, there were a couple that were kind of but I mean, the first one was good. I thought. What was there, 8? I mean, I thought 5 of them were solid. What?
Like 12.
There were a lot of solid ones. There were a couple of weaker ones, but I think they always do that to kind of roll in some characters and build some character stuff. But I thought, like you said, by the end, it was really strong. And I love the dynamic with more than one companion. I love the interplay between them. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. Thought they were all good. And I'm looking forward to meeting Tosin Cole at Chicago TARDIS in a couple weeks. So I'm excited.
Okay.
Which is the first.
Yeah. It's only an hour. They're not too much. I mean, it's their hour. They're 50-minute episodes or 42. You can pop them out, so they're good.
Right.
Yeah. Started.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Speaking of Game of Thrones,
yeah, I was just going to talk about that too.
There is another. There was like a prequel that got canceled, but a prequel that got ordered. So this is House of Dragon, and it's set 300 years before the series started, and it's following the House of, I don't know how to pronounce it because I haven't watched it.
Targaryen.
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 The House of Targaryen. So that's what it's they're doing for this one, and it was like thousands of years before.
So the other one was how the rise of the White Walkers and what caused it was going to be called the Long Winter, and it was the first, like the very beginnings of the people that took over Westeros and their fight against the White Walker and how it got started and why it was, what kind of formed the Seven Kingdoms and all that. It was like really like the very base origin story. They said they filmed the pilot and they said it was awful, and that they couldn't even make anything out of it. Now, when they did the first pilot for the show, they said that the first one was awful too, and that they made some changes and obviously it became, a huge hit. I mean, and it was gigantic. So, I don't know if they're trying to recapture that or what happened, but it didn't work. And I'm excited about this because it's going to be a little bit more recent. You've got things that definitely tie to the show that was on. So
it into the Hedge Knight,
right,
because it's such a great run. But the
Hedge Knight, and I can't think of the guy the Hedge Knight is Davos, I think, is the guy who, I think that's what the story's about. I might be wrong, so if I am, please don't skewer me. But I thought he was called the Hedge Knight, and then they called him the Onion Knight because he was a smuggler and he smuggled onions in. So that's what, and he lost. And he lost some of his fingers because he got caught, as a thief and all sorts of stuff. So, and then he becomes advisor to, eventually Daenerys or Jon Snow, and then eventually Daenerys as well, in the series. So but that's like recent. That's like that. That's like 10 years ago.
Interesting.
It might be 25 or 30 years, but the Targaryens are a race of they're Valyrian, which is like like, you know, it would be like being old English and then coming to America, kind of like they have old blood from like the beginnings of time, and they actually are the ones that introduce dragons to that Westeros, and that's how they take control, is because they use the House of Dragons and all that stuff, and there's all sorts of incest and crazy stuff that comes in that they talk about. That's what the whole premise was, is that, you know, the Mad King, who was the king before that the show was taken care of, and Robert, and they took over that, you know, like would married his sister and did all sorts of crazy stuff, and went, you know, they were nuts. And we're going to see it before it gets like that. I think it's going to be how they started and how they got dragons over and how they took over Westeros, which will be cool, because it'll be still kind of current with what, you know, the shape of the kingdoms and the thing, but it'll be obviously 300 years in the past. So
right. Oh, okay.
John Krasinski.
Yeah, he was fantastic, unbelievable. He's
like, in fact, I knew.
Yeah, he was amazing. So I think he captured that in between. You know, he wasn't quite as whiny. I hate to say Harrison Ford whiny, or as like yeah, but I mean, Ben Affleck was good in the role, because I don't think they kind of established it, and he didn't really have kind of a basis to go off of. But Chris Pine was a very aggressive Jack Ryan. Yeah, that was.
I haven't watched that one yet.
He did a movie, and he was like super like James Bond. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was Alec Baldwin, then Harrison, then Affleck did one, and then Chris Pine. I've got it.
Didn't Clooney do one too? Wasn't Clooney Jack Ryan in that?
He was Batman.
No, Clooney was Present Danger. Was the one with the fountain? No, the Clear and Present Danger, but there was another one. I thought
the first one was Red October with Alec Baldwin, and then Ford did Clear and Present Danger and Patriot Games.
Right.
And then Affleck did Sum of All Fears, and then Chris Pine did Shadow Recruit, which was an original story, but based on the world. And now Krasinski.
Is it Ryan Gosling?
So,
yeah.
All right. So, I've got that. Well, it's 5 DVDs, but it's all in one case.
Which Star Wars one is it?
On the list. And I have not. I've been very. Me.
Okay.
Sleeping.
You what?
Listen to it while you're sleeping, then you can be.
Hey,
That's pretty much any movie you fall asleep halfway through. So
it's funny. It's getting positive, but it's not.
Well, the book, The Shining, is way better than the movie. Oh, the book is tremendous. No, it's really good, but it's different. It changes up a little bit, and it's scarier in parts. I think the movie is.
I've heard this.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
did you guys see this one?
You have a lot of friends.
I today that his number the executive
Oh,
stuff in fair
They call it, don't they? Don't they call that? Don't
isn't
they
that
call
Swamp Thing?
I love
swamp?
Yeah.
their uh,
Yeah.
version of
Mm.
in production. So we'll see the that here.
Gibbons. Alan Moore.
This
You're
Yeah.
the worst.
man
Wow. Yeah.
and one. Let's see.
Can I do a magic minute?
Magic.
All right. So there's one of the formats of Magic is called Commander, and it was created by fans, and it got so popular in the fan community that Wizards, the official company, started making actual product for it and helping to, and designing new stuff for it. They are doing in the coming year. They are doing a massive amount of Commander decks. So Commander is a format where you choose a legendary creature and you make a 100 card deck using only cards of the colors in that legendary creature, and it's a singleton deck. You can only have one of each kind of card.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
oh boy, yeah.
Shot 10 too, right?
Well, Commander players are not getting in the shaft in the next year here. They are getting all kinds of new decks coming out with each set. So they used to just release a handful of decks each year for Commander decks. Five, like 100 card deck, and they'd release like 4 or 5 a year just randomly. Now they're going to tie them to each expansion.
Oh, nice.
So each expansion comes out, and it's going to have a couple of Commander decks with it that'll be themed with that. And it'll have new cards and different cards in that, plus reprints of old cards. And they're also doing a booster set with Commander with like 20 card packs, and you draft them. Each one will have a foil and 2 legendary creatures, and you're supposed to do a draft of these cards and create a 100 card deck and play Commander with the cards you just drafted. And so that's all coming over the next over the next 12 months. But it's a massive thing that and it's really fascinating that this fan group, this fan rules committee, came up with this, and they created the rules and the ban list and the structure of how it works. And Wizards was just so impressed that they've taken it on and made new products for it for about 8 years now.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
It's explaining time to
There's so many ways to play, with the different kinds. One of my favorite is called Pack Wars, where you get 2 booster packs, which are 15 random cards, and then you add a handful of lands to it, and you just shuffle it together, and you've got this horribly janky deck, but so does your opponent, and you just play these terrible decks against each other and see who can pull out a win. So I play that with my son, and we have a lot of fun with that.
That's good.
fun.
Are we now? All right. I am Scotty Smurf on Tumblr and Twitter.
And I am Chris Mao. I can be found at The Blue Box Cafe or The Blue Box Cafe 176 on all.
You can find, okay. And Instagram or SM S U or and all challenge that I've given myself, where for 30 days I'm going to post things on certain accounts. One is Disturbed, one is This Week in Geek. And I've got all these different types of content and get in conversation.
Talk to us.
I'm going to be so things. So we're gonna stuff. Follow the show so you get all and podcasts going on from now and look for
Is it 99 cents?
odd
99 cents. Yep. Check it
full to interesting stories about it's their words. Don't. But I know
Good night.
Hey, Rob, you want it as an MP3 wave or what?